Do you ever feel like you're working, and nothing seems to be happening? That's kind of how I've been feeling for the last couple of weeks, months. I don't know. It's just, stuck. So I think that happens for three reasons. You're either burning out, you're working on the wrong things, or you're a lion chasing mice. If you're burning out, there's really nothing you can do about that other than take a step back, rest, and wait until you recover. You gotta disrupt your triggers, you gotta disrupt your habits, and that's kind of the only thing that works. I noticed this over Thanksgiving when I woke up at my usual time at 6 a.m. Yes, I know it's weird, and I just coded. I sat down with my computer and I wrote a bunch of code for use off, had a bunch of ideas, and it was amazing. Just no obligations, no deadlines, nothing. Just me, my code, and enjoying the pure nerdiness of building something cool. And that was amazing. And I think I had the right idea with that last year when I took quarterly trips. I went to Yosemite and I wrote a really cool article called Freedom from Obligation. It was really nice. But, 2020 kind of killed that idea. So I think 2020 is also weighing on all of us, kind of adding pressure, adding like just you can't take any time off. You're always stuck at home. You're always stuck with your computer. You're always having the same triggers. And I think a lot of us end up just working way more than we realize we are because there's nothing else to do. You're stuck there, right? What are you going to do? You're already in your workplace, so you might as well just work. And then you forget to take time off. You forget to rest and you start burning out. And it's not great. The other thing is that if you're working on the wrong things, that's where burnout usually happens. It's working and working and working without reward. And what happens with working on the wrong things is usually that you are so focused on what's right in front of you, you're so focused on what you're doing that you forget that there might be a different opportunity waiting for you that you can't take advantage of because you're so focused on what you're doing right now. And there might be a different way of doing things. So you're kind of just stuck in this place like a game character running against an invisible fence, and you're running, and nothing's happening because you don't realize that you could take a step right or a step left, and then there's no more invisible fence, and you can keep running at the same pace, and you're gonna get so much further because there's nothing invisible blocking you, which is where the lion chasing mice idea comes from as well. Think of a lion. A lion is a huge, big animal, very powerful, super strong, and they need to, kill antelope to survive. They hunt. So a lion can chase mice. Mice are easy to catch for a lion. He's always going to catch the stupid mice and starve to death because even though it's easy, even though he can catch the mice doesn't actually provide enough calories for the lion to survive. They need to chase antelope and only catch 30% of the time, but when they do, it's enough calories for everything. And that's kind of, I think, what happens in life as well, is that you end up taking on challenges that feel big enough and are amazing and they're antelope, but as you progress, as you get better, those antelope turn into mice. You're now a bigger lion, you're a stronger lion, and the old antelope just isn't enough. You need a new antelope because the old antelope has turned into mice. The analogy I like to use there is the hill climbing algorithm from multivariate optimization problems. Your life is basically a multivariate optimization problem, right? It just is. That's just how it works. So if your life is a multivariate optimization problem and hill climbing algorithms are the best thing we have to solve those, what ends up happening is that as you're climbing a hill, first the slope is really, really steep and you're making huge progress, and then it starts to kind of level off and you're making less and less progress for pretty much the same amount of effort. It's not because you're not working hard enough, it's because the hill has started leveling off and you're reaching a local maximum. Now, what you gotta do when that happens is reset. You have to jump off the hill, which is hard because it takes a lot of courage to go off the upward slope when the slope is still going up, just not as fast as it used to. You have to jump off and try something new because otherwise you're going to get stuck on a local maximum and you're going to stop getting better eventually. You're going to stop advancing. You're just going to be stuck there. And as much work as you put in, as hard as you work, nothing's going to happen. You're going to stay in the exact same spot, like running backwards on a treadmill or an escalator. You need to jump off of that backwards escalator and find the escalator that's going a different way. And that takes courage. And it's also a bit of an art more of an art than a science to figure out when you should make that change. When is the hill starting to level off so much that you have to jump off? So that's why I decided to do Deep Work December. Now, this is not a challenge. You can join me if you want. I'm doing it for myself. The idea being that I feel stuck and I need a reset. So for the month of December, I'm going to stop sending emails. I'm going to stop live coding. I'm going to stop making YouTube videos. I'm going to essentially stop everything except for long-term projects that have been gunking up the system and that have kind of been slowing me down because there's so many ideas pulling me in a million different directions, and I don't have time to do any of them because I keep doing all of the urgent things like sending regular emails, doing live codings, all of that stuff, which is great, and I enjoy doing it, and I'm probably going to come back to it, but potentially in a different form. The idea is that I want to take a month to work on just long-term projects. I want to finish the serverless handbook. I want to finish curating the senior mindset series that seems to be really popular. I want to create a full new documentation for use auth and a new website for it and all of that stuff. That's going to be announced at Reactathon, which is in a week. So that's going to be rough. And I want to focus on building something really big that I've been working on for a while and that I want to launch in January. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to publish daily updates on Twitter just to keep me honest. And if you've listened this far, if you've read the blog this far, or wherever you're consuming this content, please hit reply and let me know why you enjoy my content, because that's going to help me a lot in 2021 in figuring out how to produce stuff that you enjoy. So if you're joining me or not, let Deep Work December begin. And if you're on Twitter, you'll be able to see some regular updates, just so you know. Bye.